Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Bangalore, and in this episode we will look at glass as a container in gardening, and we'll also look at the advantages and disadvantages of using glass. Now, when we think of glass in gardening, the first thing that strikes our mind is terrariums. True, there are many ways we can use glass, but the most difficult part of glass gardening is to make drainage holes in them. Because you cannot do that with a nail or a hammer that easily. You might need better drill bits and a drilling machine to do that, or you just have to be lucky like me who got this free glass jar with a hole right at the bottom. So there was a small accident in the kitchen where this was actually a pickle jar. So someone tried to move this and it hit another bottle and this broke bang at the bottom. So I thought I would convert this into a planter. Just that we have to be extra careful with this since it is obviously fragile and can break easily. So I wanted to grow a nice succulent plant in it, and I had the Kalanchoe tomentosa or the panda plant in my mind. You can watch its care video above. And surrounding that, I thought I'd add this tiny sedum so that the whole arrangement looked like a coconut tree surrounded by a green meadow. So for this, I added some pebbles at the bottom. So be careful, these are big pebbles and it could break the bottom very easily. So if you have small stones, they're good too. So after adding a layer of that, I'm adding charcoal so that any noxious chemicals can be absorbed by it. If you have activated charcoal, that's even better. Now add a well-draining mix of sand and compost and add the panda plant right in the center and backfill. After that, add few strands of sedum around the panda plant and water the whole arrangement. I've used rainwater here, which is excellent for plants. Now, while you add water, the top soil can settle down due to the air spaces formed by the pebbles at the bottom. And adding water will make the soil to fill these gaps, thereby upsetting the level of the soil. So make sure you adjust the height of the plant with this fact in mind. Now I've kept the arrangement in part sun outdoors, and this is the first mistake I did, and I did not forecast the rains. And what happened was that the sedum started looking dull and scanty and the Kalanchoe leaves were falling off considerably. So remember, your plants are smart and all these are signals for you, the plant parent, to understand your plant is under stress. So when I checked, I just saw a mold buildup and saw that the soil was too wet. After that, I took this inside, kept it in a southwest facing windowsill and did not water it for more than a month now. And you can see how drastically different the sedum looks in the before and the after pic, and now you can see how lush and green the sedum is. The panda plant is also looking good with new shoots popping out here and there. The leaves that have fallen down have also formed roots. So with that one move of me bringing this indoors and not watering it all, I had the pleasure of saving a plant from dying. So with such glass planters with drainage holes, there are some disadvantages. Number one, you can't keep it exposed to full sun because the glass gets heated up and could burn the plant. Number two, though there is a drainage hole, the glass surface is non-porous and it will retain more water than is required and the plant will rot inside and eventually die. Number three, mold buildup can be a problem, but if you're okay with that, you can bring such glass planters indoors and grow it in a bright light location depending on the plant, and water only when you see the soil is bone dry. Now, the other way is to have a non-draining glass container in the form of a terrarium with soil as the medium, and the other method of growing plants in glass bottles filled with water. The advantage here is that water drainage is not an issue, so if you are scared of dirtying the place, etc., then such no draining arrangements are ideal. The disadvantage, however, especially with the terrarium, is that you may not know when you should water your plants. So this poor Hawaiian bush dried completely because I forgot to water the arrangement, but I see some green shoots of hope once I became a little more cautious about watering. So open terrarium, don't think that they don't need water at all. They do, because water evaporates in such open terrariums. So always look at the bottom to see if it is bone dry or touch the soil to see if it is still wet. Then don't water the arrangement. Otherwise, please give it a nice shower of water once in a while. My next project will be a closed terrarium, and I would want to see how different that as an experience would be. So, with water arrangements, you don't have to worry about watering. Obviously, fertilizing is not very important, but make sure you remove the old water and replenish it with new water to add oxygen in it that will help the plant grow. So, in summary, glass as a planter is classy and excellent, but is a little too high maintenance depending on the form it takes in your garden. So, with this, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Bangalore. I really hope you've enjoyed this program. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are given below. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, a very warm goodbye.